Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. It is October 13th, and it is the Girls Show.
The Girls Show.
Welcome.
Love to see it.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Welcome to you as well.
Mia, what I'm happy about, other than the ladies being in the house this morning, minus David Sears, and RJ, oh, I'm sorry, RJ. From the Raptors, is the weather. We have a cool front that blew in this morning, continuing to do so?
Absolutely, yeah. And the biggest thing that's going to bring for us is some drier air, which is good. That helps with that comfortable feel when you do step out, but it also warms up pretty efficiently into the afternoons. So it's still going to be hot out there this afternoon, unfortunately. Good news is, though, we have another front that could pack a little bit more of a punch as we get into the early portions of next week. We'll talk all about that in just a few. But first, a look at your pollen count for this Thursday. 2 out there, molds and ragweed, both low, which is the good news there. As Sarah mentioned, yes, we had that cool front that has been pushing through south central Texas this morning, and it continues to do so. It's been a dry front for us, so really not expecting any rain out there, maybe a few isolated pop-up showers near the coastal plains later this afternoon. But for us here in San Antonio, unfortunately, nothing really in terms of a rain chance. Those temperatures currently sitting in the 70s for most. We do have some 60s the farther north as well as west that you go. But again, that drier air really helps those temperatures warm into the afternoon. So we are still expecting those low 90s. It will be pretty breezy out there. Combine that with the dry conditions on hand. High fire danger concerns in place today as well. Still pretty hot into the weekend. But again, we do have some better news with that second front that moves in on Sunday night. We will detail all of that coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, taking a quick look at our traffic this morning on a Thursday, and things are actually picking up a little bit. It was a little bit quieter earlier in the morning, but things picking up here in just a bit. We'll show you in just a second the maps. But first, Transguide traffic cameras, Loop 410 at New Braunfels. Things looking pretty smooth there. 410 at Old Pierce Hall Road, same thing as well. All right, taking a look at our wide map, you could see our map has populated a few accidents here, one north of downtown and the other ones off the highways, but still kind of keeping an eye on those situations. Take a closer look at this one here at I-10 westbound at San Samba Street. Just got a report of a crash, and you could see that the traffic in their westbound lanes is being backed up a little bit, and traffic on the other side as well, taking a little bit of time there to get through this area. Just keep this one in mind if you make your way out. Wanted to report this one also earlier. This was at the Barrera Parkway at State Highway 151 in the SeaWorld kind of area. And this was a crash that was reported a little bit earlier, but things have now cleared out there. As you can see, traffic is now moving smoothly in that area. One more look here at Transguide traffic cameras, Loop 1604 at Hausman Road. Things looking pretty smooth as we get on with our Thursday. Guys, back to you.
RJ, thank you. With the latest inflation numbers show Americans continue to pay more on a monthly basis. Overall, consumer prices increased by 0.4% from August.
And Social Security benefits will increase by 8.7% next year. That's a historic increase and good news for retirees and others.
A look at these stories and more in today's 9 at 9.
The House Select Committee investigating the deadly attack on the Capitol is preparing for what will likely be their final public hearing this afternoon. Today, the panel will focus on former President Donald Trump's state of mind leading up to and surrounding January 6th. Committee members promising substantial new footage and significant witness testimony using evidence gathered over the last few weeks to fill in previously unknown details.
The New York Times investigation into the Uvalde school shooting is validating parents' demands that more officers need to be held accountable for the deadly attack. The Times went through all the available footage from that day and concluded it wasn't just one person's failure to take action, it was multiple. You can read the full article right now on KSAT.com.
The Department of Homeland Security says it will roll out a new program geared toward Venezuelan migrants seeking to come to the U.S. The migrants must apply, have a sponsor in the U.S., and undergo screening and vetting. There are also vaccination requirements. Those who cross the border unlawfully will be returned to Mexico.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' controversial decision to fly migrants to Martha's Vineyard is under investigation by the Treasury Department. They will determine if public funds were improperly used and if further action needs to be taken. Massachusetts Senator Edward Markey says the money for Governor DeSantis used was intended for COVID relief for Floridians, not transporting undocumented individuals.
The U.S. State Department confirms another American citizen has been killed fighting for Ukraine. Dane Partridge was from Idaho and was a U.S. military veteran who had been fighting alongside Ukrainians since April. More than half a dozen Americans are believed to have been killed since the Russian invasion began.
Conspiracy theorist Alex Jones has been ordered to pay nearly $1 billion for telling lies about the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. A jury found Jones guilty of defamation for claiming victims' parents were actors, claiming the shooting was a hoax and mocking the grieving parents. Jones is expected to appeal the verdict.
Cholesterol medications and blood pressure medications. An expert not involved in the study says in the case of drugs that you should not stop taking, the doctor will have to do a risk-benefit analysis on taking Paxlovid.
The Labor Department reported a larger than expected increase in the Producer Price Index. The report shows prices jumped 4% month over month. Energy, food prices, and several all went up. The Federal Reserve is trying to fight inflation by raising interest rates, but there are concerns that the rate hikes are happening too fast, and that could soon lead to a recession.
The latest hike in Social Security benefits is fueled by record inflation. It is expected to be the largest in decades. The increase coupled this year with a 3% drop in Medicare Part B premiums. The White House says the boost in benefits will give seniors a little extra breathing room. And that's today's 9 at 9.
In your morning headlines, research tells us how football players' practice could reduce head injuries, and a really nice playground is causing a pretty loud controversy.
Plus, Anna Sorokin is out of jail, and if you run into a ghost this Halloween, who are you going to call? David Sears, right?
David.
Can we call you?
You can call me.
Okay.
I don't know how good we are at fighting ghosts, but we'll give it a shot. We might be able to live where the Ghostbusters live, though, at least for a while. So we'll have that for you in just a second. But first, there's a lot of controversy over the weekend about NFL quarterbacks getting hit, then the guys who hit them getting penalized for being too rough. The NFL tried to keep players from getting too many injuries, especially when it comes to concussions, like the quarterback from Miami suffered a couple of weeks ago. It's not just in the NFL, though. It is a concern on every level of football. One way to reduce those injuries in high school, limit contact practice. That is according to a new study in the journal Pediatrics. The research involved 3 teams in the Midwest last year. They watched games, practices live, and then they studied video. Seems like it would be a no-brainer, but the research backed it up. They found head hits were drastically reduced if the players practiced air trading. A lot more drills without contact is what air trading is. So their conclusion, if they change the way they practice, they could reduce the effects of those hits. Of course, there are those who would argue without some contact, the players won't be able to handle the contact in games, and it might lead to more injuries. All right, looks like a fun park for the kids in Orland Park, Illinois. All the usual fun swings and slides and some added features like music station, all kinds of instruments like drums, very loud drums. Here's where the controversy began. There's a house just feet from the park, and the folks who live there got livid with all the noise. Laura and Ruben Rayo are the ones who live in that house. In order to combat the loud noise, they put in speakers on the back porch and started blaring their own music. After a year of complaints, they upped the stakes. They started cranking out rap music. Some of it was vulgar rap music, and that finally got some playground parents' attention, though.
Obviously, you know what that stands for, right? So I'm not going to say those words. To me, it's more like harassment. They're harassing the children. To me, it's even borderline like sexual harassment to us mothers being there.
I really do feel for the Rayo family. We go for our walks and we hear it. The kids beaten away and everything else, and it's like, okay.
Think, Ruben, that there was a mistake made playing such vulgar music in front of children?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I was completely out of line. It was, absolutely. But you know what? I had to do what I had to do to protect my family and my home because I can't move my home.
Now, the playground music has been tuned down, but the Royals say if it gets loud again, they will get loud again. The school board still hasn't decided what to do about the playground. She's a convicted con artist. She was so good at it, or maybe bad at it. Netflix has a show called Inventing Anna. It is about the fake heiress Anna Sorokin. She has been in jail for stealing more than $200,000 from banks and socialites back in 2019. Friday, she was let out of prison. She was being held by Immigration and Customs Enforcement for 17 months. She had to post a $10,000 bond to get out of jail and agree to wear an ankle monitor. She's actually from Germany. She recently sat down with CNN's Jake Tapper.
Well, see, you're saying all this stuff to me. It doesn't sound like you're really actually all that repentant. It doesn't sound like you're actually really regret what you did or even necessarily think you did anything wrong.
I mean, I've definitely did like I made a lot of wrong choices.
Like what?
Well, just misrepresenting, I guess, my financials to financial institutions.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to like not glamorize my crimes and not lead anybody to believe that that's the way to get famous.
Now, she has to stay off social media and she has to stay under house arrest until her immigration status is resolved. And finally this morning, since we are getting closer to Halloween, more ghosts will be out. And if you see one, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. And where do they stay? The firehouse. And you can save yourself a phone call by staying in the replica of the Ghostbusters firehouse. This one's in Portland, Oregon. The movie firehouse was in New York. Now, the house is fully equipped for all the ghost calls. There is the Ecto-1, the emergency vehicle, traps, proton packs, and if you really need to get serious, you can put on a fight suit. And yes, there is even puffed marshmallows. The rate, 1984. That's because the year of the movie is 1984. And you can reserve your night on the Vacasas website starting October 21st.
Just in time for Halloween.
I want to see the big puffy marshmallow though. That's what you
after
gotta fight.
You stay.
That's after you stay. And then you
if you
zap
survive it.
and it explodes and marshmallow everywhere.
Yeah. Proton pack.
Yeah. You leave the mess, somebody else cleans it up.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Be back in a minute.
All right, it's 9:10 and 74 degrees. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
Meteorologist Adam Caskey is going to join us in the next half hour to talk about the devastation in Florida after Hurricane Ian hit the state. He was there helping his in-laws clean up in Fort Myers. He's going to talk to us about seeing the damage firsthand. Plus,
the art lab sessions at the Carver are back. Several fun and inspiring courses for the entire family, how these classes are changing the lives of locals, and
today on Science with Sarah, we're going to be making index card flashlights at Elm Creek Elementary School with these awesome 5th graders, and we say, Good morning, San Antonio! Woo!
The Grito de Independencia, or Grito de Dolores, is known as the battle cry of the Mexican War of Independence from Spain. On September 16, 1810, parish priest Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla rang the church bell and gave an impassioned speech to the people to take up arms against the Spanish crown and the Spanish colonial government. That event marked the start of the Mexican War of Independence, and Hidalgo's grito became its battle cry. Mexico won its victory over Spain on September 28, 1821, and Hidalgo is now known as the father of Mexico's independence. Every year on September 15th, from the balcony of the National Palace in Mexico City, the president rings the same bell Hidalgo used back in 1810 and shouts his version of the grito. Viva México, viva la independencia, vivan los héroes.
Hi, welcome back. It's 9:15. Courses in visual, performing, creative, and cultural arts are back at the Carver Community Cultural Center.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live with a look at the latest art lab sessions. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, ladies. Check it out. This is Tivo Gonzalez, who is African drumming instructor here at the Carter, playing something very special for us. This is for our friend Kevin back at the station. Here at the Carver, they have different courses. To talk a little bit more, we have here one of the Carver instructors and someone here very special. Rosalind, talk to us about all the different things that are happening here.
Well, Tiffany, first of all, thank you all so much for being here with us today. We started our Fall Art Lab session last Saturday. We have all types of really great classes. You saw Tebow drumming, we have African dance, we've got Broadway musical theater dance, theater classes, chess classes, ceramics. We also have a basic electronics and circuits class for all those budding engineers and video game designers. There's just all types of really interesting cultural, artistic, and fun activities here for kids to be involved with.
What type of impact are we seeing in our community? What are these programs doing for our community?
You know, in the times that we're living in, culture and art are so important because they bring joy back to people, you know, and having gone through, you know, all the things that we all have gone through with COVID, it's just an opportunity for kids, adults, for everyone in the San Antonio community to get back and just to experience happiness and joy, you know, while learning things that are fun and exciting.
And Thibault, come over here. Tell us about what's your favorite part about being an instructor here?
I love this place. I was brought up in this neighborhood. I love drumming. I love it all. I love teaching kids in the community and around.
How have students in your course changed over time?
Oh, I've seen them. People go and be famous. I mean, I have people that went to China and various other places, and Detroit and different other places, and became famous. So
Incredible.
I'm not famous, but
You
I'm
are.
famous here in
Yes,
this city.
you are.
Yeah, so
and we
yeah.
also have Tanisha here joining us, that she has something here special that she wants to show us. If you can go ahead and show us a little preview of what you can expect in one of her courses here. And if you want to join this, you can have all of this here on Saturdays to learn more about it. We're going to have all those details on the noon show and on KSAT.com. We'll send it back to you.
Looks awesome out there. Thank you, Tiffany.
Yes, thank you. We look forward to it. Let's look outside with live cam. We're at 75 degrees. It's pretty nice out there. I went out there for my second dose of caffeine, which I keep in my car, and I enjoyed the weather.
Yeah, we've got plenty of sunshine out there right now. It'll probably be a little breezy as we head into the afternoon hours because, yes, we had that cool front move through, even though really not cool out there into this afternoon, but at least there's not going to be really much of a heat index value. So that definitely makes a difference when you do step outside later today. Again, this front for us has really been pretty dry out there. A different story, though, across the eastern reaches of the lower 48. Plenty of rain falling across portions of New England, stretching down to the mid-Atlantic and even down to the southeast as well. There have been a couple of showers and storms in the deep southeastern reaches of the Lone Star State, but again, for most of us, we are pretty quiet out there. In the 70s, 74 degrees officially over at the airport. Gets a little cooler the farther north you go. Currently 47, about 30 degrees cooler up in Amarillo. Again, the biggest benefit that we will see from the passage of this cool front is going to be that drier air. This is a look at dew points, which is how we measure the moisture in the lower levels of the atmosphere. We are starting to see those values drop here in south central Texas. That dew point of 51, so pleasant here in San Antonio, much drier across North Texas. That front hasn't made it to the coast, so still muggy with dew points in the mid-70s in Corpus Christi, reaching back over to Victoria. But that drier air filters in via a breezy northeast wind throughout the remainder of the day today. I do think we could find some wind gusts upwards of 20 to even 25 miles per hour at times. Combine that with that drier air in place, and high fire danger conditions are in the works, especially across the northern and eastern reaches of our area. Along and east of I-35, we've got those elevated fire danger concerns in the works, so probably a good idea just to avoid outdoor burning today to be on the safe side. Of course, a reminder that the majority of our counties currently under those active burn bans, including Bexar County. Now, in theme with that, of course, it is still very dry out there. We've got those dry grasses and dry vegetation in place as as well. This is the latest drought monitor update that was released earlier this morning. Not a ton of changes, which is good news, but of course we wish that we could find some better changes out there. We still do have some extreme to exceptional drought in place near the San Antonio metro, stretching up I-35 as well. Again, for us here in San Antonio, we are expected to be dry out there today. Plenty of sunshine. I do think it's possible that we start to see some high clouds stream in from the west this afternoon and into the evening. Can't completely rule out a few isolated showers to maybe a stray rumble in the coastal plains, our far southeastern counties. But for us here in town, it is expected to be dry, mostly sunny skies. Again, that dry air helping those temperatures warm into the upper 80s and low 90s out there as we head into this afternoon. Really more of the same is in the works into our Friday and our Saturday, but by this weekend we start to see a bit more of that humidity work its way in. So that brief break in that moisture that we're finding out there today and tomorrow, it is very brief, for we do start to see that Gulf moisture work its way back into South Texas this weekend. But again, on Monday, that is when we are expecting at least another front to move in. Sunday night, early Monday morning, we see that boundary push into the area. We are expecting our next best chance for some scattered rain. A couple thunderstorms certainly possible and much needed. We'll call it a 40% chance for your Sunday night, 60% chance for some more scattered downpours as we head into our Monday. It's a little early to talk exact totals and exact locations, but it is possible that we find a quick inch or two, and then we see some of that cooler fall-like air move in early next week with highs in the 70s. We're going to take a step aside. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back. It's 9:25, and October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and a big topic during this time is trying to break the cycle of abuse.
The cycle of violence means generation after generation, those who are abused either continue to become victims or they become violent themselves. Our Courtney Friedman spoke with a strong survivor of domestic violence who believes the cycle can be stopped, and she's actually doing it right now.
I was in a domestic violence relationship. It got really bad really quickly. I almost lost my life. One of my children almost lost their lives.
When Elizabeth Regino finally escaped, she began to learn about domestic violence and its vicious cycle.
I have 4 little boys. To me, it's so important to be able to break that cycle with them.
She did that by immediately putting them in counseling and getting a counselor herself.
Because if I couldn't recognize the triggers and if I couldn't recognize what is unhealthy and what's a red flag, then how am I supposed to carry it on and teach it to my kids?
We are the product of everything that has been modeled to us.
Family Violence Prevention Services CEO Marta Pelaez says it's crucial to understand domestic violence is not just physical, it's emotional, psychological, verbal, financial, or sexual. Since all of those can become generational, the answer is to look inward.
What can we as parents do in our relationship that may be impacting the children? What can we do to change some of those things before they create more harm?
You don't have to do that work alone. There are programs, books, and support groups for both victims and abusers who want to break the cycle.
It's never too late to move forward, and it's never too late to change your parenting style.
Regina wants the community and school systems to know they too play a part in teaching healthy relationships and reporting potentially dangerous ones.
It can be stopped. You just have to make the choice to make it stop.
Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
It's 9:27 and 76 degrees.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's 9:31. We were scheduled to have Science with Sarah live yesterday, but the thing about live TV is things don't always go as planned.
It really doesn't. But Sarah and the crew had some technical difficulties, but they still did the experiment with the students out at Elm Creek Elementary School on the city's southwest side.
Class is learning about circuits, so Sarah found an experiment to go along with that. Take a look.
Does everybody have a battery? And then next up, we need some aluminum foil, okay? 1 sheet per purse. Foil per purse. Aluminum foil. So take this bulb, okay? Look at it upside down, okay? Do you see the longer piece? The longer piece is the positive wire. The shorter piece is the negative wire, okay? Take your battery, okay? In your battery, the smooth side is the positive side, and the textured side is the negative side. So your long side be on the smooth side. That will make it light up. And then if you flip it around, it will not light up because that's the negative side is on the positive side. So that's how the battery is gonna light up your light bulb, okay? So I'm gonna show David for the camera. I'm gonna show David how to make the index card flashlight, and then we're gonna do it together. Okay, guys? Yes. All right. So we have our materials, and you have your tape. David, do you have your tape? So in order to make an index card flashlight, you need these materials. You need an LED light bulb. You can get a pack of 100 for these at Amazon for $7. You need a small 3-volt button battery, an index card, aluminum foil, and some tape. Now my secret is I like to use these file folder labels because they're a little bit stronger and they're easier to break up than a roll of tape. So David, here's what you're gonna do. First thing I want you to do is to find the positive side of the light bulb, which is the longer end. Now you're gonna, yes, exactly, that's the positive side. Now put that up to the positive side of the battery, which is the smooth side. Awesome. Boom. So we know the light bulb works. Right. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is with this card, you're going to tape your light bulb to the top here. And take note of which side is the positive side and which side is the negative side.
Which side is the short side?
Well, you can make a mark here. So on the side of the card that you're going to do positive, put a plus, and on the side of the card that you're going to do negative, put a negative.
So the short side is the?
Is the negative side.
See?
Yep. You want to mark this because once there's tape on it, it's a little bit difficult to know exactly which side is which.
I need a piece of tape.
Yep, you need a piece of tape, and make sure you leave plenty of room at the bottom. Nope, so you need to make it skinnier. Oh, yeah, so that way you can leave plenty of room for the aluminum foil to have contact.
This is the positive side.
Yeah, there you go. And do the same on the negative. All right, kids, I want you guys to do the same thing there that we just did. Foil. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold a piece of foil long ways. Okay. Yep. And then go ahead and tear it, so that way it's just a skinny long piece of foil. That's good. So just a skinny long piece of foil. Okay, now you're gonna make sure on the positive side to tape that onto the exposed wire, exactly like that. And here's the key. Now you're gonna tape the positive side of the battery down onto the aluminum foil. Other way, like this on top of it. Like that, perfect. Okay. And you're gonna wanna tape it, but you're gonna wanna leave room on the battery.
Like that?
Nope, like this.
Leave room on the battery?
I do it like this.
Oh, in the center.
You know what I'm saying? In the center of the battery, okay, so that it's charged.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I need to do it on this. It's these experiments.
You're doing great, David. Okay, and now go ahead and tear this.
Tear the foil?
Yep, close to the bottom, yep. Flip it over, attach this to this side. Oh, your foil's not long enough, so let's get a longer piece of foil. It's gotta go all the way to the other side. Well.
This is a long experiment.
I know, that'll work.
I hope it works.
And now, when you attach this to the battery, it should turn on.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll notice that it takes a little bit of fidgeting to get it perfect, but then it does because it connects there to the negative side. So that's how a circuit works. Good job, guys. And when you tape the line there, you want to make sure a lot of the wire is exposed. Okay? So what I would actually do is I would move this up a little bit so that way more of the wire comes in contact with the aluminum foil. So tape the other side down too. Perfect.
We're not going to use the battery. So you're going to fold the foil, right?
Okay.
So what do you think about this thing so far?
I feel like it's gonna be cool, and it's like really cool to do. So like it's kind of like if you're doing a project.
Okay.
This is kind of intricate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got a detail.
Yeah.
Doing great.
That might be too much foil in there.
Yeah.
On this part. Take that.
Sorry?
Just get-
Okay.
There we go. Here's the double. Here's the double right here. How do you feel about it?
Great. Great.
Was this hard or complicated?
I won't say it's that complicated, but sure.
It was intricate.
Yeah, that. Sure.
What major light bulb worked?
2, 1.
Woo!
Like a concert.
Hey, for more Science with Sarah experiments, you can go to KSAT.com. Good job, guys. Woo!
Hold up your lights. Hold up your lights.
We feel like we're at a concert.
Oh, you ought to go through all the intricacies of making a little light bulb, though.
Man,
we bought ours.
That was
Yeah, we bought ours. You struggled a little bit there, David.
Detail. Well, you know.
It's a lot of stuff.
It's like, and sometimes it worked, and sometimes it's kind of like our live shot. You know,
Yeah.
TV's an experiment.
I
And
love-
yesterday it didn't work, and so some of the kids could get it right off the bat. Some had to work at it, change the foil, get it less thick, get it more thick, flip it around, do this, do that, do all kinds of stuff. But
That's science.
That's science.
I love how when you asked one of the little girls, you're like, is it intricate? She's like, I mean, kind of. Where you're like, yeah, no, it was. Please tell me it was intricate.
It was pretty detailed,
Yeah,
but it was
very
good. It was a good experience, and they were great, man. Those kids in that class,
Yeah, they did a great job.
they did a great job, and it looked like a concert at the end.
Yes, it really
Love
brought it
that.
out.
Lit up the room.
Once the
So-
lights were off.
Sarah Spivey, our girl, once again, doing a great job. And hey, you too, David. Being good assistant.
Thank you so
Took a
much.
minute.
And thank you to Sarah as
Got it
well. Let's look outside with live cam. You won't need your flashlights out there right now. 76 degrees, really pretty out there, but not the cool front that everyone's waiting for yet.
Right, we need to manage expectations on that one. Again, the biggest thing that we find from this first cool front that's moved through the area this morning is the drier air. Let's take a look at some of those low-level dew points out there, especially farther up in the northwest, across portions of the hill country. You can really start to see those humidity levels drop. It is still a bit muggy, though, across the far southeastern reaches of the area and closer to the coast, where the front is struggling to get to. So yes, it's going to be a little breezy out there this afternoon, pumping in that drier air behind the passage of that boundary. That also could lead to some elevated fire danger concerns. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a few, but that drier air warming up efficiently this afternoon thanks to all of that sunshine. Temperatures warming into the upper 80s and low 90s, but the good news is not really much of a heat index value out there. More of the same in the works for your Friday. As we head into the upcoming weekend, we quickly see more of that humidity work back into South Texas. It is still going to be warmer than average. Temperatures in the upper 60s, transitioning to the upper 80s, low 90s. Our next best chance for rain, though, arrives Sunday night and into Monday as we see a second cold front move into the area. I think you'll like what's on the backside of that one. We'll have more details and a full look at that forecast in a few.
Yes, we are looking forward to that, Mia. Thank you. Time now 9:40 and 76 degrees for now.
You're watching GMSA at 9. When we come back, Adam Caskey joins us in studio to talk about the damage Hurricane Ian left behind in Florida. Well, last week, Adam Caskey hopped into his truck and drove to Fort Myers, Florida to help his in-laws clean up after Hurricane Ian hit that state.
He documented some of his trip on Facebook on the damage, and it was incredible there. He joins us now. Adam, thanks for joining us.
Good to be here.
Thanks, good to have you. Well, first of all, going there, when you first arrived, what shocked you most about the damage?
Doing this job and being in this business for 20 years, we've seen a lot of damage. It wasn't necessarily the site of the damage. It was the smell of the damage, something I wasn't prepared for in terms of, the house being flooded out with salt water, everything's moldy and stale inside, and then dead fish everywhere. Dead fish just all over the place, on the streets, rinsed into the drainage areas of the street, all over the grass and lawn. And that's something I wasn't ready for. I went to grab a sandwich during a quick break and sit on the bed of my truck, the smell kind of overwhelmed me. I'm like, I need to get into the breeze before I try to eat this sandwich. So that's one thing that really shocked me.
All right, so being there for a week, actively helping your in-laws clean up, how much longer do you think it's going to take for them to rebuild?
Well, for them, they didn't have wind damage. They just got flooded out. So we'd move everything out of the house, rip out some drywall, and get the pros in to air it out. It'll be
5 feet of water, though, in their house?
Yeah,
Wow.
so it was a lot. And it'll take probably a year for them. But I mean, other people got hit much worse, and it's going to be years for that whole area of Fort Myers, Sanibel, and even Cape Coral to really bounce back. I mean, even just the vegetation, the ecosystem, it's going to take a long time to bounce back.
Speaking of that, what are the biggest obstacles that people there will face as they try to rebuild?
Well, I mean, some people obviously lost everything. Everything's kind of blown away. So rebuilding, getting the infrastructure back in place, I think. And they learned a lot from Hurricane Charlie in 2004, and they made some improvements, and those significantly helped Southwest Florida to recover from this.
Would you compare this to Harvey's damage in Rockport or more of the flooding in Houston?
Good question. It's actually a combination of the two because I talked to the Allstate adjuster when he was here, and he's worked Katrina and beyond. And he said this is the worst since Katrina that he has seen.
Wow.
Because Harvey was really just a lot of water damage. It rained into a bowl in Houston, and that's what it was. But this is a combination for most of his work, was a combination of wind and water. I mean, look at that car in their garage, my in-laws' garage, just got flooded up over the hood. So according to him, it was the worst he's seen since Katrina.
And you mentioned that, you've covered storms before and, you've seen damage before. But this one, may hit closer to home. These are your in-laws. Tell us how it was, not so much to be there covering the storm or the aftermath, but being there to help.
Well, they needed help. They're about 80 years old. They don't have really anybody else young to move them out, and it's hard to get a crew. Like, they finally have one now coming in 15 days after the storm. But you got to get that mold. You got to get that wet stuff out of there. You got to mitigate it. So I was just there to help them out and try to get ahead of the problem, because it was a mess, and I knew what we were walking into, and they didn't know what they were walking into, so they needed some guidance there.
Real quick before we go, what lessons can you learn from this storm that we can apply here to prepare us for storms in the future?
Good construction, and also buried power lines. Like I said, the Southwest Florida learned a lot since Charlie. They buried a lot of their lines, and this is right on the coast. They live 1.7 miles from the coast, and so they really got their power back up a lot faster. There's a boat just in the middle of their neighborhood, a lot faster than I expected for a lot of areas because of burying lines and working on their infrastructure, making it more hardy.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Adam, your in-laws are lucky to have you, and we're glad to have you here today. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you, Adam. All right, we're going to check in with Mia. Mia, we have a cool front blowing in right now.
Yeah, we had a front that's been moving through South Texas out there this morning. We'll get you all the details on that, as well as what we can expect heading into the upcoming weekend. But in theme with the tropics, let's get you an update on some of that activity that we do have out there. Thankfully, no threat to the Gulf Coast here in the United States and for us here in Texas. But out in the southwestern Gulf is Tropical Storm Carl. This is actually a brand new update that we just got in a little early from the National Hurricane Center. Winds at about 50 miles per hour sustained, gusting upwards of 65 miles per hour. It's moving very slowly, but the good thing, at least for the United States, is that it is expected to stay out in the southwestern Gulf thanks to the upper level winds in the atmosphere. So notice here is the latest cone released by the National Hurricane Center. It is expected to move down to the southwest here over the next few days, likely making landfall as a tropical storm there on the Mexico coastline by late Friday night and into early Saturday. So that's Carl. In terms of other news out there in the Atlantic Basin, just a little wave off of the western coast of Africa in the eastern Atlantic. That only has a low chance for tropical development here over the next 5 days. No big concerns for us, but of course we will continue to monitor it. All right, back here at home, we're pretty quiet out there, minus likely a breeze that's going to pick up as we head into the afternoon hours. A few showers near the Houston and Galveston area, well off to our east here this Thursday morning. Ahead of that front, for us here in the San Antonio area. It's really been a dry front out there. And speaking of dry, take a look on the backside of that boundary across the northern plains, reaching down into portions of the Midwest. All of that pink that you see there, fire weather warnings. We don't have any official alerts in place for us here in San Antonio or the South Central Texas area, but we do still have elevated fire danger concerns heading into this Thursday afternoon, especially along and east of the I-35 corridor, because it is going to be a little breezy at times. Some wind gusts, generally upwards of 25 miles per hour, will be possible, all ushering in that drier air. Again, we do have burn bans in place for a good portion of the region, so just a good idea to avoid outdoor burning if possible throughout the remainder of the day today. But again, that drier air really helping those temperatures warm pretty efficiently. It's still going to be a warmer than average afternoon, with those daytime highs climbing into the upper 80s and low 90s across the area as well. So this brown color is that drier air that's taking back over, but check out the weekend. Quickly, we see a little humidity whiplash as southeasterly winds pump in more of that Gulf moisture and humidity back into the area. That's going to raise our overnight lows. You likely will feel it, especially by Saturday and really Sunday mornings, and that could add a little heat index value as we head into those afternoons. Still warmer than average there as well. Upper 80s, low 90s, but then we see a taste of fall move in early next week with our next front, and that also does look to spark our next best chance for rain, one of the better ones that we have seen in quite some time. It has officially been 1 year since we found at least 2 inches of rain fall at the airport in one rain event. Of course, we definitely could use the rain. We'll call it about a 40% chance for some scattered downpours heading into late Sunday night through the overnight, and then an even better chance as we head into our Monday. That is really when we will start to see that boundary push into South Central Texas. Of course, a lot of details to fine tune on that, so still something to check back in on here into the weekend. Check out those temperatures. Mornings in the 50s possible with highs only in the 70s. We'll be right back after this.
We have some late-breaking news. The jury deliberating the fate of Nicholas Cruz has reached a verdict in the punishment phase of his trial. We actually have a live look into the courtroom where they are reading that verdict as we speak.
And as you know, prosecutors were seeking the death penalty. The defense was asking for a life sentence. Cruz pleaded guilty to shooting and killing 17 people, 14 students, and 3 teachers on Valentine's Day back in 2018. This was at his former school, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High in Parkland, Florida.
So the decision by the 12-person jury was determined about 3 months after opening statements began on July 18th. And hopefully we're going to get that announced for you in just a bit. They are reading it right now. We're still waiting on a final verdict as, to see what happens again. We're going to bring you that information on air and online.
That's right. Look at KSAT.com. And a reminder that the House Select Committee investigating the Capitol attack on January 6th last year will be holding what could be their final public hearing today, starting around noon our time.
We will broadcast that hearing right here on KSAT when it begins. We will also be live streaming it on KSAT.com. Thank you so much for watching this morning.
Yeah, have a great day, guys. We'll see you at noon.